Hi, welcome back to the channel. There are not many things that the British are really good at in terms of food. I can't think, apart from fish and chips and the full English breakfast, there's not many things that the UK leads the world in. But there is one: crisps. The UK is the only place that you can buy tons of different flavours of crisps. Now, they've started doing it in other countries now, but when I used to go abroad, I'd be looking to buy some salt and vinegar crisps or cheese and onion, nothing. Maybe if you were lucky, you could get some Lay's ready salted or some Cheetos, maybe some hard tortilla chips. So the UK has been groundbreaking in terms of crisps, and I'm personally one of the market's experts. I reckon that I've eaten at least 1 million bags of crisps in my life. When I was younger, I would easily get through 5 or 6 bags per day. No problemo. And I'm still eating that many today. I absolutely love crisps. And my favourite flavour is not the UK's favourite. Apparently the UK's favourite's cheese and onion. The second favourite is ready salted. You are kidding me. Ready salted, the most boring flavour of crisps on earth. They basically taste like nothing. Just taste like a little bit of salt. No, thank you. The best flavour, bar none, always has been, always will be, is salt and vinegar. Absolutely classic. And it's, of course, what you put onto fish and chips. So it sort of goes with the fantastic British cuisine. And in today's video, I'm going to test the best salt and vinegar crisps from 6 of the leading supermarkets in the UK. So I'm not bothering with the brands, I'm not touching Walker's and Tyrrell and all of that. I'm going for the big bags that you buy from the supermarket thinking that will do the family for a week, and then you get home, you open them up, you have one, and next thing the bag's empty and you think, oh dear, I've just eaten a gigantic bag of crisps. So let's get started on this really fun test. This is going to be one of my favourite food tests that I've done so far. So I've been to 6 different supermarkets. Went to Aldi, the Co-op, Sainsburys, Waitrose, Tesco's and Marks and Spencer. And we've got quite a different range of prices here. So they go from cheapest through to most expensive. Aldi, as usual, the most cost effective, £1.15 for a huge bag. How much is in this bag? Let's see if it says on it. Oh, it's 150 grams in this bag for £1.15. Co-op, now, somebody's opened this bag of Co-op crisps. I bought them, somebody's opened them and eaten some of them. But these are £1.50, and in this, when it was full, not now, you get 150 grams, so exactly the same as the Aldi. Sainsbury's also £1.50, and I presume they're all going to be 150 grams. I presume that's fairly standard stuff now. Can't see it, but it feels like it's the same. Waitrose, also £1.50, feels about the same size. Now Tesco's list price is £1.70, so more expensive than the other supermarkets here. However, they're doing an Aldi price match at the moment, so I got 45p off it, which interestingly took it down to £1.25, not £1.15. So Tesco, you're not price matching properly. You're charging me 10p more than I paid at Aldi. And then right at the top of the shop, the most expensive handmade salt and vinegar crisps are from Marks and Spencer, £1.90 for these boys. So they better be good at that price. That's a lot more expensive than the Aldi. Right, let's get started. Right, I'm going to tip these out so that we can have a look at the crisps themselves. So in terms of the bag, the packaging, sea salt and Chardonnay vinegar. Of course, nobody just has normal vinegar anymore. You have to have something special. So it's sea salt, not normal salt, and Chardonnay vinegar. Hand-cut crisps. Right, let's tip some of these out and see what they look like. Okay, so firstly, they're quite big, so they're nice and decent size, because I hate it when you get them and they're all tiny or they're all broken up. They don't look like the normal hand-cut. Quite often the hand-cut have a sort of darker rim on them, but these look quite good. Right, let's taste it. That's what it's all about. See how good they taste. First impression, got a really good crunch on them. Nice, crisp, light. Flavour-wise, now, they're okay. They've got a salt and vinegar flavour to them. It's not that strong. It's okay, but I can sort of taste the potato. I can taste the fat in the potatoes. which it's not my favourite style. They're hand cooked. You can tell they're a bit thicker than normal crisps. They're sort of processed crisps that you get by Walkers or Lay's. They're okay. I mean, they're decent. They're quite nice. I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to be number one, but let's see. You never know. Right, number 2 is the Co-op. As I said, somebody's already opened this bag and taken some of them out, but it doesn't matter because we've still got a lot of crisps in here. Okay, let's look at these. So fairly similar to what we've just looked at from Aldi. Quite big, quite nice, fairly even size. Now, they've got a really powerful flavour. Very, very strong vinegary sort of aftertaste to it. Really powerful. I like them. I like them a lot. Crispy, light, can't taste the fat. Melt on your mouth, melt in your mouth. They're excellent, really good. So from the 2 so far, Co-op's number 1. Oh, it's so strong. You can the aftertaste is like such a really powerful salt and vinegar flavour. I can imagine if you're not a major fan of salt and vinegar, you probably wouldn't like those because it's amazingly strong. But out of this so far, number 1, number 2. Okay, let's have a look at the Sainsbury's Taste the Difference Sea Salt and Suffolk cider vinegar. Sorry, I forgot to mention sea salt and Chardonnay wine vinegar crisps on the Co-op one. Everybody's got to put something ridiculously fancy. So Suffolk cider vinegar. Suffolk is an area, it's a county in the UK. I don't know why it's from Suffolk, the cider vinegar, but it is. Let's see what these look like. Okay, look pretty similar. They're a bit darker actually. You can see a sort of slightly darker texture to them, which may indicate they're fatty. I don't know. Let's wait and see. Let's see what they taste like. Oh, they've got that sort of dry, almost baked taste to them. They're crunchy, they're crisp, but the flavour, it doesn't feel like it's been stuck on the same way as these two. It's sort of got a bit of a weird aftertaste. Tastes a bit greasy. I'm not really sure they've got the combination right. It doesn't taste... There's something not quite right about it. Maybe it's the Suffolk cider vinegar. It tastes a little bit cidery, as now you've mentioned it. Not quite as sweet as these two. Not quite as good. So if I'm ranking them, Co-op number 1, Aldi number 2, Sainsbury's, you're down the bottom. Third out of 3. Okay, let's move on to the number 1 Waitrose. These are sea salt and apple cider vinegar crisps. Ooh, apple cider. Now somebody's opened these as well, but it doesn't matter because there's tons left in here. Let's see what they look like. Okay, so they look pretty good. Decent size, and some smaller broken ones. I'm never as keen as that when you get lots of these little bits in there. You don't need that when you're first opening the bag. You want lots of big ones, and even the big ones are broken up a bit. Let's see what it tastes like, this sea salt and apple cider vinegar. Whoa, whoa. Worst so far for sure. The taste is quite weak. Doesn't taste a lot. And there's not a lot of salt flavour in there. And the vinegar flavour, what's it? Apple cider vinegar? Similar to that Sainsbury's one. It's got a weird aftertaste, sort of very artificial. Not nice. A bit greasy. Very artificial. Doesn't taste, it's not a good combination. They are without doubt the worst so far, for sure. So far, Co-op number 1, Aldi number 2, Tesco, Sainsbury's, and then we've got Waitrose coming in a very low 4th. Okay, let's move on to the Tesco ones. These are £1.70 retail, so they're the more expensive than any of these 4. Sea salt and Chardonnay vinegar. Oh, a bit of Chardonnay, sir. Bit of wine, why not? Okay, let's see what these look like. Okay, these are much darker than the other ones, so I compare them to the Co-op ones, much darker. In fact, they're much darker than all of the other ones. All the other ones are sort of quite light. These are very brown. They're good though in terms of the size. They're big, there's no little pieces in there. Got a couple of little really dark ones. But let's see what this tastes like. Let's see the sea salt and Chardonnay vinegar from Tesco's. Quite powerful flavour. Although, I can taste the crisp more than the flavour. So it tastes more like a crisp that had no flavour on it, and then there's an aftertaste of flavour. So the two hasn't really combined particularly well. In terms of, do I like it? No. They're not very nice. They just taste a bit greasy. Flavours not quite there for me. No, don't really like that. Where does it rank? I think these Aldi ones are better than that. Let's have another Aldi one too, I'd say. Aldi one's definitely better than that. The Sainsbury's one's better than that, let's see. Yeah, they're definitely better than that. Are these ones worse than the Waitrose ones? Another one. No, they're better than the Waitrose ones. The Waitrose ones are not good. Not nice at all. Okay, there's only one left, and it's the most expensive bag. £1.90 for this, which is a lot more expensive than the rest of them. Sea salt and balsamic vinegar. First balsamic vinegar. We've all got sea salt, but we've now got some balsamic vinegar. Let's see what these look like. I can get them out of the bag. Okay. So they look pretty similar to the other ones. Reasonable size. There are quite a few little bits in here, which are always a bit annoying. But let's just see what they taste like. Well, starters, the crisps are well cooked. They're nice and hard, which is what you want from the hand-cooked crisps. It's a different type of flavour to the other ones. So I think the balsamic vinegar does actually taste different to these other types of vinegar. Quite nice, actually. Quite a strong flavour. The crisps are well cooked. Tastes a little bit greasy. Is it better than the Aldi? Let's have a quick taste of the Aldi again. Very close. I think the Aldi are better. Are they better than the Sainsburys? No, Sainsburys are better than that. Are they better than the Tesco's? Yeah, they are. Okay, so that is the final outcome of the salt and vinegar taste test for all of these different supermarkets. In last place, in sixth place, is Waitrose with their £1.50 sea salt and apple cider vinegar crisps. I would not recommend anybody buy these. They are not nice. They don't waste your money. £1.50, you could do better. Tesco's sea salt and Chardonnay vinegar crisps. Also, well, naturally, these are £1.70, but you can get them a bit cheaper at the moment if you've got a club card. I don't really like those either. They're okay, but I wouldn't waste your money. Marks & Spencer, £1.90 for these sea salt and balsamic vinegar crisps. Not worth £1.90. They're okay. They taste all right. They're in sort of line with a couple of others, but for £1.90, no. Why are they charging £1.90? Just because it's Marks & Spencer? I don't think so. So I wouldn't buy any of those three. Into the ones that I would actually purchase. Sainsbury's sea salt and Suffolk cider vinegar, £1.50. They're pretty tasty. They're good. They're nice. This is the bargain from all of these. An absolute steal. £1.15 for sea salt and Chardonnay vinegar from Aldi. Really nice. I definitely recommend that. If you're looking for value for money, Aldi's where it's at. But if you're looking for a taste sensation, something that's really going to blow your socks off, I would definitely recommend the Co-op Irresistible Hand-Cooked Sea Salt and Chardonnay Wine Vinegar Crisps. These are amazing. Now, I can let you into a secret. I eat these all the time. So, not sponsored. I pay for these. There isn't anything like this on the market. The amount of flavour that you get on these crisps is off the scale. They are so nice, so strong, really quite addictive, very Moorish. So be careful if you open a big bag like this. You might find that before you know it, they've all disappeared. In fact, as you saw, somebody in my house had opened the pack and eaten half of them anyway, before I did this taste test. But that's my overall assessment of the 6 different types of salt and vinegar crisps that I've reviewed from UK supermarkets. So if you've liked what I've said, then please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you again on the next video.